what time it is. Story with Pelenta. Yes, sirree. Hello, everybody. I am Pelenta. Today's story that I'm going to tell you is called The Hungry Stranger, written by me and me and me. Today, my children, my fake children, are my statues. Some of them are still a work in progress, and some of them, as you can see, are finished. Some of you that know a lot about me know that I'm also an artist, so I've been painting since I was about 4 years old, and these lovely statues are my stand-in children today. I don't have my pigtails because I've been busy. But anyway, today's story is called, hope you can see me, Mr. Tickle, cheese. It's called The Hungry Stranger. And here it goes. Hello, boys and girls. It is so nice to see your beautiful smiling faces. Today's story is about the hungry stranger. And remember, what do I always tell you? Listen with your ears. But this time, I want you to do something a little bit different. And I need you to listen with your heart also, okay? David is a spoiled little boy who does not like to share anything. He doesn't like to share his toys, and he never shares his food. David's parents tried to change his bad habits and help him to be more giving, but David wouldn't listen. He would throw temper tantrums and shout, "It's mine, mine, all mine. I don't have to share my stuff." Well, David started having nightmares. Every single night, he would wake up screaming, "The man is stealing my food! Help, help, somebody help me!" His parents would run into his room terrified. "David, who are you yelling at? There's no one here." And David replied, "That man, he wants my hamburger." David's father assured him that no one was going to steal his food, but David wouldn't listen. Finally, David's father got very frustrated, and he asked David, "Where is this man?" David replied, "He's at my favorite restaurant, the one that you and Mom always take me to." David's father frowned, and he thought to himself, the only way David will sleep tonight is if I can prove to him that this man does not exist. So in a cheery voice, he looked at David and said, "Come on, sport, let's take a little drive." David asked his father, "Where are we going?" "To the restaurant," his father said. Then David asked him, "What will we do if you find the man, Daddy?" David's father laughed and said, "I'm going to tell him to stop stealing your food." So David smiled and said, "Okay, Dad." Well, as they pulled into the restaurant, David and his father got out of the car. David quickly held on to his father's hand. They went inside the restaurant and looked around. They even went into the men's bathroom, and there was no man anywhere. They even went outside and walked around the entire building. There is no man. So David's father looked at David and he said, "See, son, there is no man." Well, as they started to walk back to the car, David yelled and pointed. "There he is, Dad. That's him." David's father looked up and he saw the man. He looked homeless, dirty, and his hair was a mess. He walked up to David and his father and said, "Excuse me, sir. Will you please help me? I don't want money. I'm just hungry. Will you please buy me a small hamburger? Please, sir. I haven't eaten in 3 days." The father was shocked, and he said, with an attitude, "A hamburger? You expect me to just buy you a hamburger?" The man's eyes swelled up with tears as he put his head down and started to walk away. Then the father yelled, "Wait, wait, sir. Today you will be having dinner with me and my boy." The hungry stranger fell to his knees, and he cried out, "Thank God! Thank God!" David and his father had to help the man stand up. He was very weak. But something fell out of his coat and landed on the ground. Well, you know what it was, boys and girls? It was a gun. That's right, it was a gun. David's father grabbed his son David, shoved him behind him quickly, and he said, "Please, sir, we don't want any trouble." The hungry stranger picked up the gun and he handed it to David's father. Then he reached into his pocket and he handed him the bullets. The hungry stranger told David's father that if he had went one more day without food, that he had planned to kill himself. Now, can you imagine being so hungry that you would rather be dead than go another day without food? David learned a valuable lesson that day, and it changed his life for the better. He started to share his food and his things. He would make 2 lunches and take them to school, one for him and the other for a hungry kid in his class. Now David is an advocate for hungry strangers. He encourages people to set aside 1 can of soup a week to help feed people in need. What a wonderful idea. You can go to the Dollar Tree and get 4 cans of soup for $1, you know? But anyway, if you have the luxury of wasting food, you probably don't know what it's like to be hungry. And if you have the luxury of taking your kids to Burger King or McDonald's and just throwing away what they mess over into the garbage, you probably don't know what it's like to be hungry. And if you have the luxury of leaving food in your refrigerator until it spoils and starts to grow hair, yeah, you probably don't know what it's like to be hungry. So for more information about feeding the hungry, or if you're interested in being a volunteer, you can go online to www.foodpantries.org, and you could also check out www.sacramentofoodbank.org. Now, of course, this story, was a little bit exaggerated, but believe it or not, this is a true story. It really is. I actually met somebody that was contemplating suicide because they were so hungry, and I took this person out to dinner. So, I know we all have our own problems trying to survive and things like that, but, the people that are around us are our family, and it's important that we love and help each other. So anyway, this was The Hungry Stranger, written by me and Mr. Tickle. Oh, my batteries are going dead. Anyway, everybody, thank you for listening. Have a great day.